Vaccine passports are set to be scrapped from midnight tonight, so you'll no longer have to flash your pass to access places like restaurants and hairdressers and gyms, but employers can still choose to use them. Why would they? Can they? Employment lawyer Catherine Dalziel joins me now. Catherine, good morning.
Morena, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. It's nice to see you in Christchurch this morning. Tell me, if you're a business who wants to keep using the pass, you want to keep people flashing as they come in, can you do it?
Absolutely. So you should do a health and safety risk. So you want to put in all the most recent information that we have on how COVID-19 is performing, what it's doing, what are the health and safety risks for your team, for your environment, for your business, and you can make a decision from there. But if you want to use the vaccine pass, you're welcome to do so.
But how can you justify it if the likes of supermarkets don't and haven't the whole way through?
There are some areas that have been deemed essential. So the supply of food, groceries has been deemed essential. So there are some risks that we have taken as Team 5 Million to accept, and that involves going to the supermarket. But for some other businesses who aren't supplying essential services, they've got to sit there and think about, so what is it that they're selling? What are they doing? So a good example is going to be our cafes and restaurants. Some are going to say, yep, all welcome, come on in and join with us. And others might say, actually, no, we're going to carry on with the vaccine passes because we're going to send a marketing message out to people that we only let people in with vaccine passes.
Is that because you can, it's your property, it's your business, you can do whatever the hell you like, basically. You can let in or reject whoever you like. Or would you have to prove that your location is more risky than, say, a supermarket?
Well, it depends on who you are enforcing the right. So as a business, yes, you can make those decisions as long as you don't breach the Human Rights Act. But for employees, it's a different story. There has to be a good faith, good health and safety reason why they are continuing with vaccine passes.
OK, all right. Let's talk about the mandates which are going to be removed from 11:59 tonight for education, police and defence. Many of those, teachers, educators and people in the Defence Force have taken legal action against their employers over the mandates, and now the mandates are being lifted. Does that affect their cases in any way?
No. So they will be assessed, or the cases will be assessed on what was going on at the time and the information before the government. So our armed forces and police are a very interesting example because the whole argument for them to have a compulsory mandate was all about them having it was all about the way that their mandate was justified, and it wasn't to stop the spread, it was to ensure continuity of services. And the High Court said there was no issue with continuity of services. We don't think that mandate was valid. But the big test is going to be whether or not these mandates were essential to stop the spread of the COVID-19 virus.
And that's the thing that to be honest, we're not entirely clear on. Would we have got to 96% vaccination rate without the mandates? It's very hard to know, isn't it? Anyway,
it is.
Very hard to prove in a court of law, I would have thought as well. A couple of quick questions for you, Catherine, this morning, because people will be sitting at home going, I don't know about going back to the office. And I don't know about sitting next to, Barbara because she's unvaxxed. Can you, as an employee, say, I don't want to sit next to that person because they're unvaccinated?
Depends on who our employee is. So, for example, if they're immune compromised, there may be some good reasons why they don't want to sit next to Barbara. But the other thing I'd say to that employee is, so are you going to the supermarket? Are you going out into other public areas? How are you managing your health situation so that we can understand that for our work environment? So it will depend exactly on what they're doing. But employers will be challenged by people who need to keep social distance from people who are unvaccinated.
Can your employer ask you for proof of your vaccine, whether you've been vaccinated or not?
They can, depending on their policy. So their policy, if they say we're going to continue with mandates, these are our health and safety reasons why, they've gone into consultation, they've done it in good faith, and they've made the decision that, yes, we're carrying on with the mandates, then yes, they can require employees to declare their vaccination status.